Guys, today we're taking a look at one of the most iconic sneakers of all time, and despite it being this close to being thrown into a $1.3 billion bonfire, it's coming back. Here we have the box. One of the only changes to this sneaker is the updated box. So this is something that we're familiar with when it comes to newer Yeezys, something like the Yeezy 350 V2. However, on the side it says Yeezy 350, no V2 over there. So let me slide these open and show you guys today's sneaker. This is the Yeezy 350 V1 Pirate Black. Here we have them, guys, looking absolutely great. It's so wild to have these things in hand. But yeah, basically, Adidas announced that they're going to be releasing Yeezys again. After canceling the collaboration and being left with $1.3 billion of Yeezy products, they were considering throwing them all into a bonfire. Thankfully, they decided against that option and decided to recoup some of their financial losses by selling all of these Yeezys. Now, in doing that, they are going to have to give Kanye West a 15% commission on all of the sales, and they also decided to give some of the profits from these Yeezys to various charities. And according to Adidas, this is going to be one of the first Yeezys that actually release it. Now, we still don't exactly know whether Adidas is going to drop all of these shoes on the same day, or if they're going to stagger the releases and have a release like every single week or something like that. But at some point in the very near future, the Yeezy 350 Pirate Black is going to be available to the public, and if I get any more information on specifics, I'll let you guys know. So as you guys know, this pair of sneakers originally released back in 2015. It then had a restock in 2016, and now it's coming back to release here in 2023. Now, when it originally released, they retailed for $200. However, now they've bumped that price up a little bit to $230. Now, this is actually the second time that they've brought back a 2015 Yeezy 350 V1, because of course on Yeezy Day last year we had the Turtle Doves. Now, that Turtle Dove release was frustrating for everyone except for people in America, because if you weren't in the US, it was pretty much impossible to get. So this is actually the first time I've got a 350 V1 in hand, and I've got to say I'm very, very happy they brought this back. Today's video is sponsored by NordVPN. By now, most of you already know how important it is to be using a VPN. With hacking and personal data theft everywhere you look on the internet, having NordVPN makes sure you're safe while online. Their threat protection blocks intrusive ads and web trackers. It automatically scans URLs, blocking malicious ones. This is especially important if you're using a public Wi-Fi network, which you're probably going to be using if you're traveling. And with that peace of mind, knowing you're safe from hackers and online spies, you're also using the fastest VPN available, so you don't have to worry about it slowing down your speeds. You can access content anywhere in the world by changing your virtual location with just one click. Like if some movies and TV shows aren't available here in the UK, I can just switch to wherever they are available and continue streaming. You can also use NordVPN on 6 different devices on every major platform, so your phone, computer, and even some smart TVs. Now, NordVPN is offering you guys a great deal. If you use the links in my description, get NordVPN's 2-year plan plus 4 extra months, and of course it's all risk-free because they have a 30-day money-back guarantee. So make sure you sign up using my link, NordVPN/Elliot page. And again, that's down in the description, so go make sure you're staying safe online. Thanks NordVPN for sponsoring today's video, but let's get back to it. I mean, it's so cool to have this pair of sneakers in, and if you've never had a 350 V1, I'm sure you're gonna completely understand, but this sneaker takes me right back to 2016. I mean, at the time, this was a sneaker that everybody wanted. It was by far one of the most hyped sneakers, and of course, because of the insane demand for this pair of shoes, the fake factory started pumping out replicas. And it's crazy because back then, there was so many fakes of this pair of shoes and just Yeezy 350 V1s in general. Whenever I saw someone wearing these, I would just just automatically assume it was fake. If you wanted an original pair, they were reselling for anywhere between $1,500 to $2,000. And ever since then, the price has stayed relatively high, ranging from $800 to $1,000. And because of the incredible amount of fake Yeezys that were around back then, it kind of created this weird phenomenon. When I look at this pair of shoes, there's something about it that just kind of looks fake. Either way, besides all of that, how does this pair of sneakers stack up by today's standards? Because at the end of the day, this is an 8-year-old sneaker design. So straight off the bat, this is one of the sneakers that kind of kicked off or popularized the whole sock-like sneaker trend. And back then, the market was flooded with NMDs, Ultra Boost, the Roche Run, the Nike Flyknits, and it's basically a combination of a stretchy, comfortable knit upper mixed with a super comfortable midsole. So I guess if you look at this from a style standpoint, you definitely don't see as many people wearing those types of sneakers nowadays like you did back then. However, for me personally, I still wear 350s pretty regularly. Whether it's to the gym, running errands, it's an incredibly comfortable pair of shoes that I still think looks great. But at the same time, I wear 350 V2s, and let me tell you, the V1s are definitely different to the V2s. When you put both of these shoes on foot, you can definitely tell that the Yeezy 350 V2 has a lot of big improvements over the V1. The upper on these is still really nice, soft, and stretchy, so when you have them on foot, it really does give you that sock-like feeling. However, the knit material on the V1s is a lot thinner when compared to the V2s. It also doesn't have that backing material that you can feel inside of a Yeezy 350 V2. When I squish this pair down, it kind of just bounces back. However, on the V1s, it is literally just that knit and the midsole, so there's no other material underneath to kind of keep the shape of these things, and that's why they just kind of flatten out to just kind of look like a midsole with a sock. Kind of makes me think that Kanye's going back to his roots with his latest sock sneakers. I'd say generally speaking, this material feels like it's slightly less capable of standing up to wear and tear over time. They both have the same general construction, a boost midsole which is covered with this outer layer of rubber. However, the rubber on the V1s is significantly harder, and you can feel that it just makes the whole experience wearing these things a lot more firmer. The V1s are also significantly thinner than the V2s. You can tell that there's just a lot more boost that they've placed in the newer version, which makes a lot of sense. So overall, what I'm trying to say is basically this does feel like a version 1. Personally, I find owning this pair of 350 V1s more than anything just a nostalgic thing. Like, they're probably not gonna get as much wear as other Yeezys that I have in my collection, but honestly, I'm completely fine with that. I love this sneaker, and I'm super happy that they're bringing it back, and I know that a lot of you guys also feel the same way. I mean, this is more than likely the last time that we're ever going to see this sneaker have a release. In fact, after Adidas is done releasing all of these Yeezys that they have sat in their warehouse, we'll probably never see the rest of them ever again. I'm personally grabbing what I can, and that definitely includes this pair of Yeezys. I think it looks great, it takes me straight back to 2016, and it's just an awesome pair of sneakers for the collection. Lastly, let's talk about sizing, because that's a big question that I had before buying this pair of shoes. So I personally went true to size with this sneaker, and it's definitely fine. I do think that you can go true to size, but it is still a little bit snug. This material is definitely more stretchy than most Yeezy 350 V2s. However, if you want a little bit more room, probably go up half a size. There you have it, guys. Good luck to anybody trying to grab a pair of these or any of the other Yeezys that are going to be dropping in the weeks to come. Let me know your guys' thoughts on the Yeezy 350 V1 Pirate Black down in the comment section, and if you want a full rundown, everything you need to know on the upcoming Yeezy releases, that video's right over there.